What's going on, NBA YouTube world? This is your boy Andre coming at you guys with a brand new vid. And with this brand new vid, we have to talk about the NBA play-in. They officially set. We are finally in the playoff settings, starting off with the play-in tournaments for four different teams. Two teams to play to the four teams play tomorrow, and then Wednesday four teams, and then Friday will be the final matchups between everybody. Of course, gotta give out my predictions. I was gonna make separate videos, but I was like, screw it. We'll just do it right here, right now. We'll just do it all together, right? We'll just do it all together. Of course, if you're new, please hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. So let's start off, of course, with the Tuesday matchups, get to the Wednesday's matchups. Who I got winning them, and what will happen on that Friday. So we're gonna start off the evening with the Los Angeles Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's talk about them. The Lakers got their numbers. It's just that simple. The Lakers got their numbers. There's no let me think. Because I gotta make sure. I don't see the Pelicans beating the Lakers. I think this will be a very close matchup. Of course, the Lakers and the Pelicans played in the last game of the season, but of course that was just whatever type deal. I think that doesn't indicate what might happen in this type of matchup. But then at the same time, let me fact check. Let me not lie to y'all and tell y'all, oh, it don't mean nothing. They was just playing basketball. This stuff. No, let me do let me do my justice thing. Because I'm gonna make sure everybody was playing that was healthy, that could be healthy. Anthony Davis did lead the game with messed up his hip, so he did end up leaving the game doing that. But man, still put up 30 and 11 in 33 minutes. So that's not like it's not like they wasn't. Oh, shout out to Harry Giles. I know he was on the Lakers. That's what I'm talking about. It's not the Harry Giles that's on the Lakers. But fully healthy rosters. Yeah, Brandon Ingram had just came back. He played 23 minutes, didn't do much in those 23 minutes. I mean, 13 points, 5 rebounds. That's decent. As no scoring today. But all in all, healthy versus healthy. The Lakers got the Pelicans numbers. I think if we go back to the what was that in season tournament, and the Lakers had played a zone against the Pelicans and then took them boys straight out the game. I don't see why that wouldn't be I don't see why wouldn't they do that again in this matchup. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why the Lakers wouldn't just overcome the Pelicans in this. Now, I've watched a handful of Pelican games this year. I know I've seen the one with the Bucks when Zion and Giannis went at it, because I definitely want to see how Zion handles playing against the Bucks like that. He played the way Zion was playing. What this from what? But I'll explain. I'll explain here soon. But what the way I see how the Pelicans run an offense, especially in that game. I forgot which the Pelicans versus the Bucks. It was like a couple weeks back. I don't remember when it was, but if you take a look at it, the way that the Pelicans played, this is without Brandon Ingram, by the way. So Brandon Ingram comes in and maybe he changes it up a little bit and makes the scoring a little bit better or so. But from what I see on how they was doing it, basically what would happen would be they on half in the half court setting, they come down the court, they give Zion the ball. Zion try to see any type of opening. If he doesn't see one, he passes the ball out. And then he goes to the side. There's times where he goes to the side. If they want him to attack, he gets the ball and he goes into the paint where his defender at that time was Giannis, would try to defend him as best as he can. And then Brook Lopez is also there to recover. And either Zion end up beasting through and getting the layup, or getting it through with the layup, or he end up missing, or he ended up finding someone cutting at the last second or something like that. But basically, you can tell that Zion is not going to be a floor spacer. And for Zion to continue to get better as an NBA player, he has to start taking the mid-range jumper, in my personal opinion. I know some people think automatically players should just go straight to shooting threes. No, slow it down, slow it down. Let's shoot mid-rangers. Let's start with that. If we start shooting mid-rangers, he can open up his game a little bit more. That way, whenever he does get to those opportunities, because what they're going to do is they're going to sag off of Zion all the time. All the players going to sag off of Zion. Why? He can't shoot. They say, oh, you can't shoot, he's not a threat outside of coming into the paint. So what he has to do is make it to where he starts taking mid-range jumpers. Once he starts taking mid-range jumpers to try to up the game a little bit more, as soon as he starts seeing a couple fly down, he can keep doing it at a decent rate. He ain't got to be above average. He can just be low average, but little good shots because they're open. I think that would help make him unpredictable. That's another step that Zion has to take. But a lot of the times, the Pelicans' offense, when Zion's off the floor, their offense kind of goes downwards. And I want to say that's because Brandon Ingram wasn't there either. Because Brandon Ingram can get a bucket on his own. He is a bucket getter himself. He can definitely get the buckets. So the question here is, will the Pelicans have enough offense with Brandon Ingram coming back? Is that enough offense to handle the Los Angeles Lakers? That's the question I have, because I think the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James is going to do what he does best. Anthony Davis is going to play elite defense, and he does what he does. I assume they will put. Oh, I can't assume that. D'Angelo Russell can get off. I would assume that. I assume the matchups would be Herb Jones on Austin Reeves at first before they switch it over to D'Lo, depending on how hot D'Lo gets. I assume that'd be the matchup, and have CJ McCollum. So CJ McCollum's kind of food. He's probably like an average, maybe below average defensive player. So that's not too impressive, I would say. But there's nothing that tells me the Lakers couldn't beat the Pelicans. Now, there is, for whatever reason, been hearing that today. For whatever reason, some people believe that the Lakers should just lose to the Pelicans and then go into a win or go home situation against either the Kings or the Warriors just to avoid playing Denver. And then earlier this year, from the podcasts I listened to, shout out to Players Choice, shout out to the Players Choice. I've heard some Lakers fans say we might as well just take. They're like, we might as well just go ahead and win and take on the Nuggets now. We want to see them first. We want to see them first because if we can't beat them, we can't beat them. There's some delusional Lakers fans that believe they can beat them somehow. There's some Lakers fans that's like, there's nothing we can do. So it's one of those. Well, what do you want to do? I don't think you want to go out, and I don't think they want to. I don't think the Lakers want to play another game on a Friday and then have to play what is it, Sunday. I don't think the Lakers want to do that at all. No, I don't think the Lakers want to do that at all. And plus, you want to reserve LeBron James for the playoffs, right? You don't want him. You don't want to have him playing the extra game. You don't want to play this game on Tuesday, take a L, come in Friday, potentially take a win, and then play Sunday against the defending champions. I don't think you want that at all. I don't think that's a smart idea at all. I don't think that's smart at all. Because at any point in time, LeBron could get injured or he could end up not being 100% for the playoffs. And then what? So the best thing to do is to get rid of the Pelicans here on Tuesday, have LeBron be able to rest up until they get to play uh, the Nuggets. The Nuggets. So I got the Lakers beating the Pelicans. Like I said, unless somehow Zion is going to come out there shooting crazy threes and making everything, and he's just unstoppable, and Anthony Davis can't deal with him for some reason, and they're big. Unless the Pelicans' big three of Zion, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum, I call them a big three, but the New Orleans three comes in play along with elite defense from Herb Jones and uh, the bench production, like two or three guys off the bench is giving you double digit scoring and elite defense. I don't see that happening. I see the Lakers taking this and going ahead and getting their rest on. That's what I see happening. And then we gotta look at the Warriors versus Kings. Oh my goodness. Last year's playoffs was fun. 7 game series between the two. Um, of course, the Warriors had to go ahead and close that out. Took them 7 games. 7 games too long, but I guarantee you, if he asked any of those players, they're like, "Motherfucker, that was way too. That's too many games. That's way too many games." So here we get the rematch between the two. I'm up in the air with this one. I'm up in the air because the Kings are missing the in my personal opinion, the 6 man of the year, Malik Monk. They are missing him coming off the bench. And I want to say somebody else was injured for them. I think somebody else was injured for the Kings also. I'm not 100% sure. I don't actually remember. But the Kings are missing players. The Warriors are going to be the Warriors. The Warriors just been the Warriors. I ain't gonna lie. The Warriors just been the Warriors. I think if the Kings had Malik Monk, which I don't even know how long Malik Monk's going to be out. Let's be honest here. Let me take a look to see how long he's going to be out. But let's say Malik Monk could come back and play, right? Let's say I don't think he's coming back though, right? Let me take a look. Uh, let me take a look. Right, he has a right knee injury. Okay, he's supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks, and that was March 31st. Oh yeah, he's not coming back then. Dang, that sucks. So he's not coming back. I had to make sure. I had to make sure. I, no, I see. I don't see the Warriors losing to the Kings. Then again, I can see the Kings running the Warriors out the building. Demarcus Bonus has been. Oh no, whew. I'm tired today, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm tired today. Not Malik Months. Bonus has been doing his thing. He's been beasting down low. I don't think Draymond can handle. I think this matchup is going to give you last year's playoff vibes, which means Demarcus Bonus might go a little bit crazy and take over the game completely. That could happen. But I see it's so difficult. I see this why this is so difficult. I ain't gonna lie. This is very, very difficult. This is very difficult to determine this. If I had to pick, I see the Warriors winning. I could see the Warriors winning. If Malik Monk was able to play, I would have given it to the Kings. Just Malik Monk, I would have gave it to the Kings. But no Malik Monk, we got to depend on. I don't know who else is coming off the bench to help them with the scoring. But I got the Warriors beating the Kings. But at the same time, I got the Kings beating the Warriors. But if I had to pick a team, I'll say the Warriors beat the Kings. And because the Warriors been very disappointing this entire year, quite honestly. We all know they've been very disappointing. But they've been, they get a little bit more mental and now they can keep a pushing type deal. And that's the problem I have. They get a little bit more mental and now they feel like they probably feel like they can beat anybody right about now. And I don't like that. But fairly, I prefer the Kings to win. I prefer them to win, but I think the Warriors get the Kings though. So then, if you get the Pelicans versus the Warriors on Friday, I'm gonna give it to the Pelicans. I don't think the Warriors are making the playoffs this year. Is that weird to say? I hope not. I don't think the Warriors is going to the playoffs this year. I think some of those old stuff that happened throughout the season, Clay not being Clay, which is understandable. Andrew Wiggins just non showing up. Draymond is just ineffective for whatever reason, and it just Curry having to backpack it all somehow. Nah, I got the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans can eliminate the Warriors, which sets up Nuggets versus Lakers and Thunder versus Pelicans. I think that's happened. I think that will happen. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. But if it's the Kings if the Kings beat the Warriors and Kings versus Pelicans, I'll take the Pelicans. I'll still take the Pelicans. So I think either way, I think the winner out of the winner or loser out of the Lakers and Pelicans are going to be the 8th seed anyway. But I got the Lakers beating the Pelicans. I got the Kings. I got the Warriors beating the Kings, and I got the Pelicans beating the Warriors to finish off the play in. That's my personal opinion for the West. On the East side of things, is a little interesting, right? A little interesting. Only reason why it's interesting because two of these teams shouldn't even be in the play in, quite honestly. They should just automatically get the spots automatically. That's the Heat and the 76ers. It doesn't matter who wins between the two. That's a 7 and 8 seed. What they are right now, the Heat and the 76ers, that's how they're gonna finish. The Heat versus the 76ers, with the Knicks being the second seed. The Knicks being the second seed. If I'm the Knicks, give I don't know. If I'm the Knicks, I don't know what team I care. For the Celtics, it shouldn't matter because either or, they're that's your biggest opponent, no matter what, no matter who comes out. Either or, whoever comes out first. I guess if I'm the Celtics, give me the Heat first, so I can deal with them right now and get that over with. So I got the 76ers beating the Heat because Joel Embiid has came back and they went on an undefeated streak since he's been back from injury, and they've been rolling nonstop. And for the Heat, I just don't they ain't got nobody to slow down Joel Embiid, of course, nowhere. Bam's gonna try his best, but he's no, I don't think that's gonna be enough. Tyrese Maxey, I think it's going to be too much for anybody unless they put Jimmy on him, and I don't think Jimmy's going to take up the task of guarding Tyrese Maxey in the full game. I think Tobias Harris has a nice game too. You mix that with Kelly Oubre and Anthony Melton should be back by now. If he's not back by now, I'm pretty sure he's back by now. He should be back already, but you never you never know what players nowadays. Let me see, D'Anthony Melton. He did play Friday. He did play Friday, so he should be good to go. Uh, well, then again, they said he set out practice. He might be good to go. He might be good to go. They also still got Buddy Hield on the roster that can give them the scoring. Robert Covington out there for defense. Mix that in with B-Ball Paul for the rebounding and the defense that he provides. Nicholas Batum. I feel like the 76ers just have way too much for the Miami Heat to deal with. I think because last year the Heat lost the first play-in game and then they won the second one. And I see this happening again. I think the 76ers just smash out the Heat. It just doesn't matter what the Heat wants to do. I think the 76ers just do the damage to get rid of them, which will set up the Knicks versus the 76ers in a classic. That should be a fantastic game. Then Hawks versus Bulls. This shouldn't even be a play-in match, in my personal opinion. No, no, thank you. This shouldn't be a play-in because they don't deserve. Neither team deserve it. Both team been bad this year. Trae Young came back from injury, but the rest of then other players go out with injuries. Hawks got to blow it up, in my personal opinion. We'll talk about that in the all season. You know me. The Bulls, they just there for vibes. Let's be honest here. It doesn't matter who wins between the two. If I had to pick a team, I think the Bulls is going to beat the Hawks, and then the Heat beats the Bulls. The Heat end up playing against the Celtics in the very first round, and that'd be it. That'd be it. I don't like I said. There's no reason. I don't see it. I just don't see why the Bulls is here. I don't see why the Hawks is. I think the NBA should tweak the play in. They should definitely tweak the play in because oh my god, you gotta have a rule to the standings and how much games apart teams gotta be to get a play in. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlie, we should it shouldn't happen like this because like the Heat and the 76ers, right? The Heat is the AC. They have 46 wins. The Bulls have 39 wins. They're not even a 500 squad, and they're like 6 to 7 games behind the Heat. There's no reason for them to be in the play-in. There's no reason. And then the Hawks has 36 wins. I know injuries and stuff, but still, they wasn't good enough in the beginning. They're definitely not good enough now. So that should be tweeted. While on the West side of things, that's different. The West is kind of different. They're all about a game or two apart from each other's, right? You got the Pelicans at 49, the Lakers is at 47. They're 2 games apart. And then the Kings and Warriors literally have the exact same record. That's fine to an extent. To an extent, that's fine. To an extent, that's fine. But oh no, whew, sorry, they need to adjust it. If it after once the team gets let's say once the team are 2.5 games ahead of their opponents, there should be no play in, no playing, no playing. If they two and ahead, they're 2 games ahead because we're just wasting time now. Now we're just wasting people's time doing this crap. That's just no. That's personally me. That's something that will just playing games are cool. I think they do need to have play in stats because why not? 1 game elimination. I mean, why not? We might as well have some stats for it or something. Show us that y'all actually care about the product y'all decided to put out. But that's just my personal opinion. Once again, I got the Lakers beating the Pelicans, the Warriors beating the Kings, and the Pelicans beating the Golden State Warriors, which means the second seed Nuggets will fight the Lakers in the first round, and the Thunder will play against the Pelicans in the first round. And on the out east, I got the 76ers beating the Heat, and then the Bulls beat the Hawks, and then the Heat beat the Bulls, meaning second round, not second round, the second seeded New York Knicks is playing against the 76ers, and then the one seeded Celtics is dealing with the 8 seeded Heat, and a fantastic matchup, I guess. They all should be interesting. But that's just my personal opinion. Hit the like, comment, subscribe, and comment down below who you got winning the play-in tournaments, and actually who y'all want to see at the 7-8 seed on both sides. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next video.